Myth number 1. When you play a tank for the first time, you'll always be top tier. So this myth was quite time consuming to test, since I had to research and buy a variety of new tanks. So over the time I do have a few test subjects for you. So at first I have the IS-3, and as you can see right here, the icon says no data yet. And the statistics tab is also unavailable, which proves of course enough that this is actually my first battle in the IS-3. So here we go, I click the battle button and I am top tier. Okay, fair enough, but it could also be just stupid luck. So I tested it again with the KV4, and yet again if I hover over the icon, it says no data yet, statistics tab is unavailable again. So I press the battle button and again top tier. Okay, let's test this a few more times just to be sure. So here is it, my first game in the Panther 2, and boom, top tier again. So I'm just going to run this test one more time with the ARL 44, and yes, yet again I am top tier. So conclusion, 4 out of 4 test battles resulted in a top tier game. And unless I got substantially lucky, which I don't really believe because my overall luck with the matchmaker is trash anyways. So therefore it's pretty safe to say that this myth is confirmed. Myth number 2. When the tank gets on its side, you can ammo rack it, and then the turret will flip the rack back off its tracks. So I tested this myth live on stream with my awesome Twitch viewers, and without any jokes, we literally tried for a solid 3 minutes to get the Leopard PTA on its side with its turret facing a wall. But after a lot of tries, we gave up, and on that we decided to use the E100 as a wall for the turret to push itself off against. And even that took us another 2 minutes to do. But finally, after a lot of derping around, we managed to get the Leopard PTA in position. And now comes the other difficult part, managing to actually ammo rack the thing. So we started firing. The first shot into the back of the Leopard's turret manages to damage its ammo rack. So we kept shooting, and the Leopard is starting to run out of hit points. So one final shot, and yeah, there goes its turret. And indeed, the rack flips back up its tracks, and oh boy, I was so happy we managed to do this the first try. It simply took us so damn long to set everything up, so I wasn't really waiting on doing it all over again. So just to show you my excitement a little bit, here's my short live reaction. I just really wanted to blow up. Come on. It worked! It worked! Holy Jesus, it actually worked! The myth is confirmed! The myth is confirmed! Oh, Jesus. It actually worked. Alright, GG boys. Holy shit, it actually worked first try. That's actually quite amazing. Nice! So, conclusion. Indeed, as you guys could all see in the clip, the turret does push the rack up its tracks when it's facing some kind of wall or tank. So therefore, I can very safely say that this myth is confirmed. Myth number 3. A tank can do a front flip or a back flip. So for this myth we went all the way to Midgard to get the maximum amount of speed for this myth thanks to the massive slope on the start. And I think to perform a front flip you'll need a light tank with a decent top speed and a massive braking power. So the first tank that came up into my mind was the UE-57. So here I am in my UE-57, so I start driving down the Midgard slope and I pull my brakes and the tank indeed does a front flip. But because I started looking to my right during the flip, the tank turns to the right as well, so it kinda fucked up my landing a little bit. So I tried it again, but this time I will keep my camera facing forwards. So here we go again, I pull my brakes and there you have it, a solid front flip. And I even almost managed to do a double front flip, but unfortunately I ended up upside down. So after that I tried the same thing backwards, but I simply had too less speed to do so. But I'm pretty sure that tanks such as the Archer and maybe the UDAS with a massive reverse top speed can actually perform a backflip. So conclusion, indeed I managed to do a front flip with my UE, and I'm pretty sure tanks such as the UDAS with a big reverse top speed can do a backflip as well. So therefore I can safely say that this myth is confirmed. Myth number 4. A tank can kill itself by shooting vertically in the air. So I know we already tried this myth out last episode with the Panzer Syphilis 4C, which unfortunately got busted. But a lot of people commented that it was possible with artillery, since their shells do loop and come back. So we decided to try this out. So I picked my FV304, and on Paris, with the help of an E50M, I put myself on my bum so I could shoot vertically in the air. So surely the shell should come back down again, right? We will see. So I line up my gun perfectly, I take a shot, and again, I don't see the shell splashing down anywhere near me. And I also even tried it in the artillery A mode, where you can also clearly see that the shell does indeed go up, but it just doesn't come down. So conclusion, even with an artillery the shell doesn't come back down. So I believe that there is some kind of sky barrier all the way up in the sky that absorbs all the shell and prevents them from coming back down. So therefore, yet again, I call this myth busted. Myth number 5. The fastest tank can go faster than the slowest shell. Okay, so before we are going to do some testing, let me first explain why theoretically this should not be possible. By some quick maths. So currently the fastest tank in the game is the Panzer 1C with a top speed of 79 km per hour. But just to boost that up a little bit, we first tested out how fast the Panzer 1C could actually go with the help of the slope on Minengaard. And we measured an average of 88 km per hour when going down that slope. So now we know the absolute top speed of the Panzer 1C. We just had a look which was the slowest shell in the game. And I came to a conclusion that it was the shell from the Churchill 1 Zerp gun with a shell velocity of only 182 meters per second, which actually results in 655.2 kilometers per hour. And do you really think that the Panzer 1C ultimate top speed of 88 kilometers per hour can beat a shell that is traveling at 655 kilometers per hour? Nah, I don't think so either. But anyways, just for the sake of it, we gave it a go, and here we are on Minengaard yet again. And yes, I know, since no one on my testing squad had a Churchill 1 with the derp gun, we tried it with the Cromwell's derp gun, which actually has a shell velocity of 243 meters per second. But since I think this myth is chanceless anyways, we just went on with it. So here I go, driving at my top speed. The Cromwells fire, and yeah, as expected, not a chance. If you take a look at the footage in slow motion, you can see that the shells are way faster than the actual tank. So conclusion, just like my calculations showed, there is simply no way for a tank to be faster than a flying projectile. So therefore I call this myth busted. Myth number 6. A T-92 can wipe out at least 10 tier 1 tanks with one shell. So of course guys, I saved the best for last. So to test this out, I gathered a metric shit ton of T1 Gunninghams and of course one T-92, which by the way has the biggest gun in the entire game. So let's see if the gun is big enough to confirm this myth. So the T1s formed a square in the middle of Malinovka. But we just made one mistake, and that was letting no space in between the T1s for a shell to splash into. Because if an HE shell hits a target dead on, that one single tank will absorb all the splash damage. So that was also exactly what happened, and of course that's also not what we tried to achieve here. So try number 2, and this time we actually do let a gap open in the middle of the square. And... tactical nuke incoming! Boom! There we go! And the funny thing was, I wasn't expecting the T-92 to already fire, so that resulted in quite a funny live reaction as well, which I'm going to show right now. Holy shit! Jesus, that was insane! He just wiped out all of us, except one. Holy Jesus! Okay, that is pretty cool. That is pretty damn cool. Holy Jesus. So conclusion, as long as the T1s are close enough together and as long as you leave a gap open in the middle, the T-92 should have no problem killing 10 tier 1 tanks in one shot. So therefore I call this myth confirmed. So guys, that was all for today's Mythbusters. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to smack that like button. I would highly appreciate it. Also, if you are new to this channel, make sure to smack that subscribe button as well, so you will stay up to date with all my future content. And also, if you know any myth that you would like to see tested out, drop it in the comment section down below. And who knows, you might see your myth pop up in the next episode. So guys, with that said, I'm just going to say have an awesome day, and I'll catch you guys later.